When Red Dead Redemption 2 was announced in October of 2016, I don't think many of us expected there would be this much silence from Rockstar Games. Sure, a lot of us were a bit too optimistic that they would hit their fall of 2017 release window, but it had been 3 years since their most recent game, Grand Theft Auto V, was released, and things were a lot different. Every year from 1998 to 2013, Rockstar Games had released a game. You could make the argument that in 2014 the next-gen port-over of Grand Theft Auto V was a lot of work, and should be counted as a release, but we all know the real reason why Rockstar Games has slowed down with pushing out new games, and that's due to the success of Grand Theft Auto Online. Priorities have changed. That's why Grand Theft Auto V's single-player DLC was axed mid-development, and Grand Theft Auto Online continues to get massive ongoing support. Red Dead Redemption 2 was not announced until late 2016, and that's partially thanks to the goldmine that is Grand Theft Auto Online. Additionally, Red Dead Redemption 2's development has been far from easy, with recent leaked information popping up stating that there had been a lot of turnover, with many long-term employees being burnt out and leaving the company. It's also been said that Red Dead Redemption 2 at one point was in development hell, with Rockstar's leaders wanting this game to be innovative, but the team ultimately falling short of their expectations at the time. Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to be Rockstar's first Xbox One and PlayStation 4 built from the ground up game, and this is the next installment to one of the best games ever made in my opinion. So it should be clear that Rockstar knows that this next Red Dead game has to be a home run to delight fans, but it also needs to be a home run in its single player and multiplayer. Grand Theft Auto Online certainly will be what Rockstar attempts to duplicate into this western setting, and that's very likely what is causing issues. There's no flying cars, no submachine guns, and just a more simple setting. We're in the early part of 2018 now, and still without a release date. Rockstar Games' parent company Take-Two Interactive revealed months ago that the game would release in fiscal 2019 year, which begins on April 1st, 2018. So we're looking at a window of April 1st to June 21st, which is the last day of spring. When Rockstar Games themselves revealed back in May 2017 that the game was delayed to spring of 2018, there was not much surprise, but here we are about 8 months later, still without a release date, and I'm starting to get more convinced that the game will be pushed back again. But first, let's discuss the mysterious quote-unquote credible release date going around. Danish retailer Coolshop briefly on their website had a release date of June 8th, 2018 for Red Dead Redemption 2, but have since just changed it to 2018. This release date does make sense, but if you're telling me a random Danish retailer knows the release date ahead of time, I think that's total nonsense. Many gaming websites have reported on this, but the most notorious is Game Informer, who states a Danish retailer called Coolshop briefly put up a date for Rockstar's Red Dead Redemption 2, which is notable as the shop has correctly leaked the Grand Theft Auto V release date. And what Game Informer is referring to is the next-gen version of Grand Theft Auto V that Coolshop posted for releasing on November 14th. Which is actually wrong, because Grand Theft Auto V's next-gen version released on November 18th worldwide. Is it close? Yes, but this was more than likely a guess, and many other retailers already were predicting a November release. What Game Informer got wrong was that Coolshop was not the shop that accurately leaked the Grand Theft Auto V next-gen release date, it was Newegg. It's just important for me to bring that up as many people are taking the date as fact, but if June 8th is not the date, or at least it's not the confirmed date, well, what could it be? The truth is, I'm becoming more convinced that Red Dead Redemption 2 will be delayed again, and I believe that when Rockstar Games announces the delay, that they will also give us an actual release date. While some are making crazy theories thinking the game will be pushed back to 2019, I actually think it's only going to be pushed back a few months to either late August or early September. But now let's get into why I think Red Dead Redemption 2 will be delayed once more. From today's date to the tail end of spring, it's only separated by about 5.5 months, meaning marketing has to begin yesterday. Looking to Grand Theft Auto V's original launch, the game got its release date at the end of January 2013 for release in September 2013. Red Dead Redemption received its release date at the end of November of 2009 for a release in April of 2010, but was later pushed back a month to May of 2010. Rockstar Games usually gives themselves about 5 to 7 months to market their games. And could they only market this title for about 5 months? Of course they could, but I doubt they will. So far it seems an update no matter what from Rockstar Games is near. Take-Two Interactive has a conference call in early February, and it's hard to believe that 2018's biggest game does not have an official date when that call happens. Investors certainly would be worried, and I'm sure Take-Two would not want to enter with the same Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming along just fine line that they've been using for a while now. As we talked about earlier, development has not been easy, and I think that's largely due to what's envisioned for Red Dead Online. As much as I hope for a release this spring, I honestly think that Rockstar Games is going to go all out on marketing like they did with Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead Redemption. Releasing a game close to E3 has happened in the past, but it doesn't seem like Rockstar's style. They always have steered away from sharing the spotlight with something else. That could be said with game releases and news. But again, like all of you, I am hopeful that Rockstar shocks everyone and releases Red Dead Redemption 2 in spring, and it should be noted in May of 2017, Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick discussed Red Dead Redemption 2's release date, saying, "For a title like this, I don't think the launch window really matters." And obviously Red Dead Redemption went out in May and was an extraordinarily successful title. Consumers are consuming entertainment year-round. Now they don't stop in the summer months, and we believe that if you give people an extraordinary experience, they will show up for it. So to be honest, maybe Rockstar Games waits to something like the Super Bowl and reveals the release date of spring 2018 during that event. They've already spent millions on Red Dead Redemption 2's first trailer, appearing on The Walking Dead and Sunday Night Football, and this would reach millions and millions of people. This could be one way that a spring release still happens, but the radio silence is telling. While they did have that little Red Dead Redemption 2 treasure hunt last month in Grand Theft Auto Online, they still have not spoken about this game since September of 2017 with the second trailer, and I think that's the most worrying thing right now. Some people just don't understand how game marketing works. A 3 to 4 month marketing campaign almost never happens. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is one of the rare examples of that happening, but that was also a launch title for a new console of the Nintendo Switch. Publishers are not worried about you and I buying a game, they are trying to get more casual players to purchase said game, and that's why marketing is so important. They essentially want the people that play 1 or 2 games a year to purchase their games. But the big thing about a company like Rockstar Games is they're so spontaneous that we never know what they will do. Typically in the past it's been long and big marketing campaigns as well as long gaps between news. So I'll finish this video with saying I'm not closing the idea for a spring release, but as each day goes by with silence, I think it's becoming more likely the game gets pushed back, but only by a few months. Anyway guys, what do you think will happen? It's just so difficult predicting what Rockstar Games is doing, but let me know what you think in the comment section below, and thank you for watching. Make sure to like the video if you did enjoy this or found any informative value, and consider subscribing for more videos like this, and remember, Outlaws to the end.